Wow, oh wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Oskar G to the new Hot 93.3 studios. I'm Vicki. Oh, Oskar, it's such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thank you so much, Vicki. It's a pleasure actually being on your show today. Thank you. I just want to say I appreciate you before we get started for having me on here.
Listen, absolutely. Listen, can we get a check on his outfit right here? Look at this white on white. You got the blazer going. You are definitely impressing the ladies on the gram, on the snap. I'm about that.
Very flattering. Thank you. You look beautiful as well.
Thank you very much. Now, Oskar, you're from the D. You're representing Texas. But for everybody who's not really familiar who Oskar G is, give them a quick run through on who you are.
Grew up in the Irving area,
Hey.
the so-called crooked eye, coined by playing skills. Grew up in Sam Houston Middle School, just started making my way around the city and gaining a following when I was freestyling early. Those locker room beats and how you get pumped up before basketball games and football games. And I fell in love with music, listening to the greats like Dr. Dre, Eminem, and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much long story short.
Listen, I started creeping on you on social media and things. I have to say, your selfies and your pics are always on point. What's one secret that gets you that flawless look besides the filters?
Oh goodness, well there's like 3 different apps you can use nowadays for like filters. You can like combine them together. It's crazy. Everybody's max is on Instagram. I don't know, I think it's just capturing like really great moments and like exciting moments, humor. Like I love humor. It's just different moments capturing when you feel the energy, and I think there's no secret to that. It's just you can kind of feel it whenever you see the pictures.
I heard one of your singles. The energy is definitely there. Not only do you sound so natural, but you can tell you really love the craft and what you do and what you want your listeners and your fans to hear. What can we expect from the 2016 Oskar G?
Well, the 2016 Oskar G is gonna basically be a combination of the last 4 or 5 years of hard work I've put into my craft and just mastering my craft. I've got to give it up to Freddie Muks. He's whenever I met him, he's a blessing in disguise. I swear, it was like going through boot camp and College of Music.
Listen, definitely. I am very familiar with Freddie Muks, and definitely shout out to the one and only producer, representing. And how is the relationship between you and Freddie? Like, how did you choose Freddie? You know what I mean? There's so many producers in the Dallas area, and there's so many different people that you could have worked with. What was it about Freddie that made his music and his beats stand out?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but I think it's crazy because if Hot 93 never would have hosted nights at college, Cowboys night over in Arlington, I would never even have ran into him. But I can say that whenever I met Freddie, he basically had the skill set and the talent and the experience and the connections to put me to that next level, and he actually truly cared and had just as much passion in his music and producing skills as I did with what I wanted to do in writing music and performing and whatnot. So I think between both of those two things right there, that just sparked everything off, and it is what it is now.
It's so true. Freddie and I go way back. I'm talking about way back when Vicki O wasn't even Vicki O, and he always had that drive and he had that passion about the music industry. So you're very lucky to be working with Freddie. So let's talk about your collaboration with working on 1 in a Million with Little Flip. That's Little Flip right there. You know what I mean? Like, I still get excited whenever I hear new Little Flip or when I see him in the streets or when we hosted that party together. What was it like?
To be completely honest, when I met him, it was the most humbling experience ever because there's a lot of people that wear masks whenever they're behind the camera.
Ooh.
And whenever they're in front of the camera and doing interviews and just out there just portraying a certain image. But if you meet this person, Little Flip, a legend in the rap game.
Absolutely.
In person, very humble dude. He's the same way behind the camera as he is in person, and that's what I appreciated him so much. Growing up, listening to his music before basketball games, it was a very humbling experience just to be a part of that energy that he had to bring to the table, and I'm very blessed for that.
Little Flip has to be one of the most well-known, iconic rappers, in the Texas, in the Texas game. Where do you see yourself in about 5 or 6 years, and looking back at this moment, and being like, "Dang, I worked with Little Flip"?
Well, to be honest, I think just having that credibility of working with legends in the Texas game right there, that in itself is a blessing, and that really I think will push me and launch me to get to another level. Just having that credibility from your hometown,
Of course.
where you grew up, and then you know, the whole game plan is to have the rest of the world from Texas, you know what I'm saying, not just here, but the rest of the world listen to our music eventually, and you know, us put, you know, Dallas out there, and you know, just representing all kinds of music and all kinds of cultures and everything. So.
But you're representing on so many different levels. You're a young Latino. You freestyle in Spanish and English, and you know, you cute. You could definitely get some numbers. You could definitely pull. So not to put you on the spot or anything, but I have to hear. You have to give me something. You have to give me something. Leaving like, dang, that's Oskar G right there, baby.
All
So
right.
can we put a little, you know, something on and get you going?
Yeah, we put some music.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen. Think about it being constantly I'm on a rise. Dream about what I can do no matter what the size. Read about a couple shots of this to give me a ride. Listen, I put people pleasing, petty, pretending, penny bitches in their place. Now they're pondering on my people, some of the wishing to be part of my packing, the passing, the phone of my passion, protect my passion. I'm an acrobatic, little addict. This is our path to destruction. We erupted from nothing and turned into something. Don't interrupt it with bluffing, the fronting and stunting. Because when I'm huffing and puffing, you will begin running from fire that's coming from out of my stomach. Filtered by my heart and fueled by my lungs and up my esophagus onto my tongue and spit from my mouth and up at your front. Let's get it.
Oskar G, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all mine, man.
Oskar, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Because you walked in being that sweet little innocent boy to like beast behind the mic. And so Oskar, you got a lot of new music coming out. What is it that you could tell us and, you know, get me hyped up for it? What can I expect?
Whew, I expect a lot of energy in this one. Talk about 4 or 5 years of hard work, and this is a single we decided to go with. It's called Ooh Yeah, with an album following shortly after that. And it's just a combination of different styles and, you know, everything that me and Freddie have really been working on as far as being a little bit different and not going as far as with the industry so much, but just with the industry and a different style. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm ready to give it
Oskar,
to everybody.
I do got it with me right now. And can we listen to it together?
Yeah.
Is it cool? We got everybody's approval? All right, let's do it. Okay, calm down. Wait a minute. See, those are the type of things that make you stand out as a young artist. You know, it's rare when you have somebody as young as you are that can do English, Spanish, rap, sing. It's kind of like a triple threat in a way. That's insane.
Yeah, it's just something that we worked on individually as far as mastering the craft and mastering how to put together different styles and rhythm schemes and stuff. I had to study a lot, but I enjoy it and it's a passion, so to me it's not work, it's just what I love. And I really like giving back to my culture and stuff too. I mean, I'm an Hispanic artist as well, so I really want to explore that area of music as well one day. So.
Of course, you gotta stand up. You have to take advantage of, you know, where you came from, but at the same time to remember where you're going from, or where you're going to. Sorry, where you're going to. You know, when you grow into this industry, people change a lot. And I've seen it, and you know, we change for the good or we change for the bad. And hearing something like this, man, it sounds like a hit. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to that you said that. You know, I was raised in a Hispanic household, and they taught me a lot of great values. You know, Freddie did too. You know, just being kind, thankful, true to who you are and true to your work, and being forgiving. And I think those things right there can really get you far in what you're doing in life. Just being passionate about what you're doing. So I carry those things. It's not necessarily about what you're doing, but who you're being as a person. And I think sometimes that just might unlock some doors for you in the future. So
who is this other artist on this single with you?
That's AD Baby. His real name is Alex. He's got a little daughter. Shout out to my boy Alex, man. He's been my supporter from day one when I first started music, pushing me, just giving it his all. And time is the biggest luxury that we have. And to know that people like Freddie that came into my life and Alex that have always been there and invested their time, you know, it's just a blessing. So he's a hype man. He knows all my lyrics by heart.
Alex. He sounds really good on the track too.
Yeah, he's got a unique voice. I love that about him. He's got this. Yeah, it's different. So.
Is he from Dallas as well?
Yeah, he's from Dallas.
Wow. So this is definitely Dallas standing up on this right here.
Yeah, definitely.
And who's the female? Who's the
Oh, Shannon Brown, the beautiful Shannon Brown. I can't wait. Where you at, Shannon Brown?
What's up,
Shout out to Shannon Brown too, man. She's an artist. She's got a good repertoire from the past, and Freddie brought her in because he's been working with her in the past, and whenever we first met, we just connected right off the bat. We're like the same person. I swear, she's like the girl version of me. So that energy combining on the track together just made it what it is. So.
Well, I definitely give this track a 10. It makes me just want to throw my hands in the air, have my windows down in the car. It's definitely going to be something that's going to change your life. Oskar, I got to say, it's a pleasure, finally getting down to sit down and talk with you. I know last time we met, it was just very quick, hello, how you doing? But to learn more about you and to hear, positive things are going to come your way, baby. Most definitely. Working with Freddie, having a strong team of people behind you, and, having God and faith on your side, that's it.
Thank you so much. It was actually, the pleasure's all mine. I really appreciate you and 993.3 for having me here. It's a little nervous and this and that, but I really warmed up to you guys, and I appreciate all the love and support that you have for me, Vicki.
Absolutely.
Tú eres muy bonita y tú tienes un espíritu muy bueno.
Ay, cálmate, por favor, papi. Espérate. I'm turning red. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Well, go ahead and kick your social media out there.
All right, so on Facebook.com, my music page is facebook.com/itstherealog. That's ITSTHEREALOG. Then I got Snapchat, of course. I know a lot of y'all are on the Snapchat game. It's Snap Oskar G, Oskar G with the C. And then Twitter, it's the same thing. It's @itstheog. Instagram is the same thing, @itstheog. See what else we got, Freddie? YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Just type
Tinder.
in.
Let me find you on that Tinder too.
For social media purposes, Tinder and all those other little apps, they actually work. Like
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's a good way to promote yourself. You don't always gotta hook up. You don't always gotta hook up on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Tinder. Yeah. So, but you can use it to build the following for the ladies.
The more
the ladies are on there.
The more reach, the better.
Absolutely.
But on YouTube, you can just type in Oskar G. That's OSKAR space G, and then it's the first video that pops up. It's actually 1 in a million. It'll take you right to my Vivo. So I love everyone, and if it weren't for everybody supporting and all the love, I would never be able to get to where I'm at. So as long as everybody keeps supporting and showing love and that. We'll be able to get to places together that we want to get, and I just want to thank y'all so much.
Last thing before you go, tell me a little bit about this label that you're on. First of all, I have to say it's huge when you basically start from the bottom, practicing on your craft, and then once you get to that level, that's when labels and that's when people just start to approach you and just start to, put these things in your head on why you should sign with them. Tell me what made you sign with your label and why they deserve you.
Well, I think it's one of those things when you've built a relationship with somebody for years and years, and you already have a personal relationship with them. It was kind of easy to sign and continue on to that next platform to really launch you. And whenever my producer Freddie Muks decided to start his label, shout out to Katie Deshinko, who's his partner in this label. It was very easy to sit there and make that move, and it's just a blessing because I know what can come from an independent label. And I know the great things we can make happen that we weren't able to make happen prior to that. And I am very blessed to be Muks Entertainment's first artist. Like, it's the biggest blessing I've ever received into doing music, something that I love, and being able to do that as my job, as my life, as everything. So you can only imagine how excited I am to be with Muks Entertainment.
Well, congratulations to you for being his first artist. That's huge. You just don't sign anybody to be the first artist. Yeah. Like, you got to have you have to be on the right page with the label, to get to the next level. And that's exciting. I'm pretty sure, and I'm 100% positive that Muks is definitely gonna treat you good. You better treat him good, Muks. You better treat him good, Muks.
That's big bro right there. But we know, business and relationships are separate, and he's really molded me into becoming business oriented, and it's just a great experience just to be a part of that journey with him, because I know the fire and the drive. When he says he's gonna do something, he always does it, and that's what I strive to be, and it inspires me, and I want it to inspire everybody else to do the same exact thing. And I think three other people to sit there and make that happen and leave that door open for young and upcoming artists in the future.
Freddie, you trained him well, my friend. You trained him well, my friend. I see his GQ style is rubbing off on you a little bit. So do you dress yourself?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of hard to dress myself with this
I
cut
mean,
hair.
you know what I mean.
I
Like,
actually had somebody dress me today.
Yeah, like, do you
my
pick out your
day.
own outfits, or do you have like an image consultant, or is there?
Yeah. Yeah. I have an image consultant as well. I kind of, I like to look fresh and clean. I don't have any tattoos, any piercings. I'm a blank canvas, but I think the fresh, clean look is always the best. For me, you never know who you're gonna run into wherever you go, and it's always good to have that approach. And it's what I'm comfortable in, so